All right, hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City.
How's it going?
All is well here. So much to talk about. I want to jump on what is currently the biggest story. Let me see what I sent you. I sent you something on a whim. I sent you a link on TikTok, just a video. I said, hey, this woman's calling churches about baby formula.
Oh, yeah.
And when I sent you that, it was like day one. She had called several churches, and it has blown up. She has made the news. She's called over 30 churches.
Wow.
She is going mad viral because, so if anybody out there is not familiar, I can't pronounce her name because I'm stupid. It's Nikalie, like Nikalie, like Natalie with a K, N-I-K.
Yeah, it's Nicole, but she pronounces it all funny.
So it's Nikalie Monroe.
Nikalie.
She started calling churches, and she plays a crying baby in the background, these little sounds of wah, wah. And she asks the church, she says, hey, I'm out of baby formula. I don't know what to do. I've been out for a day. My baby's crying. Can you help me? When I first saw her, she had called a couple churches. I'm like, oh, that's funny. And I sent it to you. Now she, as I said, is going mad viral. She has called over 30 churches at this point. And so far, 2 black churches have offered to help. The Islamic Center of her area offered to help. And I just saw her talk to a Buddhist Center who agreed to give her money. They said, well, we don't have formula, but if you come here, you can pick up money and then you can go to the grocery store. So 4 places, but all the traditional churches are just sort of, some have hung up on her. Some just go, well, have you tried calling a different church? Others say, we don't do that.
Well, why haven't you prayed harder for the formula?
Yes, it is. And I did see a video this morning. I saw one video. I didn't save it. I didn't send it to you. But it was literally just text on a screen. The woman was playing Mean by Taylor Swift. Why you gotta be so mean? And the text said, I just blocked that woman calling the churches. How dare she do something that cruel or something? She was pissed at the woman calling the churches, and her comment section, she had like 10 likes, but 1,000 comments from people saying, you don't see a problem with the church here. You're mad at the woman. This is the best thing to ever hit TikTok. I swear.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm glad she's still doing it because at first, I don't know, man. I'm such a cynic and a skeptic and everything. I was like, it feels cherry picky, you know?
Yeah, that's,
yep. I mean, I like that she's still doing it because then it's kind of showing like, no, it's over 30. This isn't just a few super right. I didn't just go Westboro Baptist Church and like a few other crazy fucking right-wing ones. I'm kind of doing a lot of these, and yeah, it's pretty hilarious. I think any church that turns this woman down should be forced to have to pay taxes for once. That's the rules. If you turn down a crying mother, you got to start paying taxes. It's what it is.
The thing I like about it is not only the exposing of the hypocrisy, but she started taking requests. She called the Buddhist Center because someone said, have you tried your local Buddhist? I don't know what it's called. I know a mosque is Islam. I don't know that she's called any synagogues yet, but it was amazing that all the traditional churches, and I thought it was funny that they said 2 black churches. And that's not listed. That's sort of like, if you say someone sounds black on the phone, you're racist, unless you're praising them. Unless you say, oh, no, when I'm talking to this woman, you can tell that it's a predominantly black church, or so that was kind of amusing.
I mean, it's probably, you know what I mean? Like, it's probably listed online as such. I mean, I'm sure she's looking them up online, you know?
Yeah, she shows when she calls, she puts on screen, okay, today I'm calling the Presbyterian Church. Puritans came here to be puritanical. That explains everything about Christianity in the USA to me. Evil, hate, and greed begets evil, hate, and greed. It's the one section of the Bible I've never read front to back. I've read the Bible, but when it gets to the begat part, I glaze over. And then he begat.
No, as a bigot, that's my favorite part, actually. I skip right to that every time.
So either way, any more thoughts on Nicole? Did you say it was, even though it's spelled Nikalie?
Yeah, it's like Nikalie, but
well, she called the Mormons. They said no. Latter-day Saints. They said no.
Yeah, the old crying baby asking for formula so you can sell the formula to buy crack. The Lord's not falling for this one again, madam. No, sirree, Bob.
Sideways conversation.
In the words of Jesus Christ on page 7, tell that baby to shut the fuck up. I'm giving you nothing.
Sideways conversation, Jake. Did you know that Mormon is now the N-word for the Latter-day Saints?
What do you mean?
They don't like being called Mormon anymore. They are
a bad press.
They are rebranding because Mormon is too closely associated with polygamy and Joseph Smith and is obviously a fraud. So I actually had a Mormon friend of mine say, actually, we prefer to be called Latter-day Saints now. And then like 2 months later, I stumbled across an article, just a news article.
Can I just call them LDSs? Can I acronym it? Can I shorten that up a bit? That's kind of long. A little wordy.
You'd have to ask them. They know it's proper.
Latter Saints. Is there any Latter Saints? Is that mixing you up with anybody else? Why I got to do Latter Day? What is this? What are we doing?
Well, what they're doing is it's an overall rebrand. They're trying to more closely align with Jesus because their religion is getting sort of a sideways view as being cultish. So they want to get rid of all the basically the origins of Mormonism, the polygamy, the incest, the sexism.
That's the only thing I liked about that religion. What are you doing? You guys are boring now. Come on now. What are you going to start feeding hungry mothers and with crying babies too? You've sold out. You've sold out. We need to make the Mormon church great again.
Well, do you think this had anything to do with the Book of Mormon, the musical?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think the South Park guys are going to have to change it now to the Book of M-word now that they're not using the word anymore, right? It's offensive.
I mean, they said they picked Mormonism because everybody makes fun of Christianity, so they wanted to go in a different direction. And now, we've had a Mormon candidate for president, and it's getting all this attention that they're people are noticing and saying, "Wait, this is what Mormonism's all about." That's fucked up.
To be fair to the Mormons, though, what religion wasn't fucking wonky back in the Dark Ages and shit? You know what I mean?
Like, or still isn't.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know. They're all. It's all a bunch of Harry Potter books from the Dark Ages. So who gives a shit?
Apparently they do because they know it's big business.
Do what most modern religious people do. You carve off the nutty shit that belongs in the Bronze Age, and you live with whatever your religious is, whatever character is your favorite. You say the magical words, you do the little happy dance, whatever. You go like this, whatever. But then you just do normal shit as opposed to the weird Spanish Inquisition-y type stuff. Polygamy and all that craziness.
I agree with you, except for the part where you say Bronze Age, because Mormonism's what is it, the 1829, something like that?
A little behind the times, all right? America was a little behind the times in 1800s in many ways, okay? Wasn't just the Mormons. America was kind of fucked up in the 1800s.
It was. It's still kind of fucked up now.
Yeah.
Ultra says, I went to the food pantry at my local church on Wednesday. They gave me close to $100 worth of food. You can only go there once a month, so I'll visit other church pantries this month as well. I don't know. So here in town, my local food pantry that I donate to just moved. It was, and I don't know if it was just renting a small building, but it was adjacent to a church in town. And they just build their own standalone nowhere near the church. And I don't know if it's still associated with the church or if it ever was. But so I don't know that they have limits or rules. All I do is donate. So.
Sure. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't give money to charity because I assume it's all a scam that's going into some dude's pocket while he turns down a crying mother on the phone.
When churches say "my dick, my choice," I might listen. There you go.
There you go.
My dick, my choice.
The new hit.
I just snorted. I just snorted. That was so funny. My dick, my choice.
I'm telling you, the new liberal Chicago Pope Leo is going to come out with his thick Chicago accent. He's going to be like, "Dear Heavenly Father, I was talking to God. He gave me a new decree. He said, my frickin' dick, my frickin' choice there. Nomine parte spiritus sancti."
Go Sox.
His accent for it. Yeah. And he cheers for the second best baseball team in Chicago. Divine wisdom, my ass.
Well, he's trying to. Sorry, no filter. Never apologize for not having a filter on here, Mike. All right, so let's go to the next big news story. Jake, how long before you leave New York? You live in a socialist communist hellscape now. I mean, are you okay?
I got to bounce. That's right.
Are you okay?
No, I honestly, I live vicariously through the billionaires. And now that they're good, they might get taxed an extra 2%, which probably won't happen. I don't know how to live in this city anymore.
Didn't you bounced to New Jersey anyway already, didn't you?
No. I'm in Queens.
Oh, I thought when you got your new apartment that you jumped.
No. I'm still New York City. I'm still Queens. Regal Park.
I did like, I thought Cuomo gave a good concession speech. He said his supporters started to boo, and he's like, we don't boo. We're New Yorkers. We're getting behind him. But then the guy from the Guardian Angel,
Lewa.
he just went at him. He's like, we will fight you. Oh, my God. And didn't he come in like 4th out of 3? You know, like, see what he was so doubted. Like, it was Mamdani, Cuomo, someone that wasn't running. I think that
wouldn't even endorse him. Trump wouldn't even endorse him. It's like, bro, that's the Republican candidate. And he's talking about a vote for Sliwa's, a vote for Mamdani. He's run for mayor every time for the last like 20 years. He's had the red hat since before MAGA was a thing. He's had the red hat since before you were even on Home Alone 2. How the fuck are you not going to endorse this guy? That pissed me off more than anything Trump's done. Honestly, not endorsing Sliwa. Have you no loyalty, you scumbag?
Well, we know he has no loyalty. The joke I was going to make is that Sliwa came in behind the pizza rat, the rat that dragged the pizza down the stairs. More people voted for that, but
yeah, people would have voted for him pretty good, man. But no, Sliwa, I don't know if you knew this about Sliwa. See, I know very little about his policies, but I Googled it. The man has 16 cats. Okay, that's too many goddamn cats to be mayor. I will say that.
Ultra says, my housemate is disabled. He is 100% food stamp reliant, so I'm going to the pantry for him to get him food to eat for the month. Happy Thanksgiving, America. I did see Trump's post. He said, Walmart recently announced that their Thanksgiving basket this year is cheaper than their Thanksgiving basket last year. It was so expensive under Sleepy Joe Biden. And then everybody automatically corrected him and said, sure, it's cheaper, but last year Walmart had 24 items in the basket and they were all name brand like Del Monte and this year it's 15 items and it's all Walmart brand great value stuff. So it's like, yeah, sure, it's cheaper. You're getting a shittier product and you're getting less of that shitty product. So I thought that was funny.
That is basically what he ran on. Sure.
I noticed nobody is getting pumpkins from SNAP or food pantries, just donated. It was at a church. Yeah, that's like, I don't know mine. Jake, I'm a New York native. I even bailed on New York about 15 years ago. There you go. You're in Queens, so close to Valley Stream, where I was born and raised. Where's Valley Stream, Jake?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I honestly don't know where Valley Stream is. I'm Rego Park, kind of by Forest Hills and Middle Village. Oh, Middle Village especially, and still kind of where I'm at, but tons of Curtis Sliwa signs. Oh, they love Sliwa where I'm at.
That's funny you say you don't know where Little Village is. I've lived in Iowa since 2000.
Little Village? I thought you said Valley Stream.
Valley Stream. You said Little Village. Valley Stream. You said Little Village. I fucked it up in my head. Okay. I've lived in Iowa since 2007.
Middle Village. No, Middle Village.
Yeah. I don't know where anything is because I didn't grow up here. So I know where I live. I know what county I live in.
Yeah.
My wife will sometimes say, well, something about the next county over. I'm like, I don't know what that. And she's like, you've lived here since. I don't know where anything is either. I just happen to live here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Outside of like certain parts of like Brooklyn and Queens, close to the city, other than like Manhattan and the spots where I've lived, you just don't go to a lot of those places. Like every now and then I'll go to some place for like a weird show or something. But you got like Williamsburg and Bushwick in Brooklyn. And then you got Long Island City, Astoria, and Queens. Well, then I guess, there's other parts of Prospect Park and stuff like that in Brooklyn have a lot of shows. But yeah, for the most part, that's most of the places I go, man.
There you go.
Other than Manhattan.
Have you seen the current, and it's got to be trolling, but I've seen it in a bunch of places, so-called outrage over Mamdani?
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude. Oh, are you kidding me? The national news has been covering this guy like crazy.
The current outrage, the trolling outrage. Have you seen the current one?
Like, what's that?
It's all over Threads and Twitter, or at least it was yesterday. The age difference, the 6-year gap between he and his wife. They're trying to say that, when he was 18, she was only 12. He's a groomer. And they're targeting the dumbest of the dumb. Obviously, considering that Trump and Melania are 24 years.
I was going to say, how old was Melania when Trump was 18? What the fuck are you talking about?
That's the whole point. That's why I think it's trolling. But someone comes up with it, says, "Ooh, let's do this. 1812, he's a groomer." And the dumbest of the dumb will believe it. I went to high school with these people who are that stupid. I've got a guy on Facebook right now who's saying the Dems are in charge of the shutdown, even though Republicans control everything and a judge ordered the release of SNAP benefits. He's still blaming them. This is how stupid these people are.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of shit they've made up about this guy, and look, the man ran on affordability in the most expensive city in the country. If you're not going to address that topic, you will lose to him. I don't care what you want to exaggerate, what you want to make up, whatever. Oh, he's a terrorist. He's a communist, blah, 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 blah. He's a groomer. He could be all three of those things. I pay $3,000 a month for rent. Okay. I would still vote for a terrorist communist groomer who's serious about lowering rent. Okay. The same people shitting on him and making all this stuff up are a year ago under Biden. Oh, the price of eggs. Oh, eggs are so high. How am I going to afford all these eggs? You know what I don't spend $3,000 a month on? Fucking eggs. Even when they were at their highest under Biden and then even higher under Trump. Funny how that's happened. Funny how the conservatives weren't bitching about that so much, except for every now and then they bring it up and somehow blame it on Biden. Anyway, I do not spend $3,000 a month on eggs. And I know a lot of you that aren't in New York are thinking, wow, man, you spend $3,000 a month on rent. You must be rich and your place must be amazing. No and no. That's why anybody who's running on lowering rent in this city is going to win. If a right-winger did it, he would win too. He could fucking goose step his way onto that podium with a tiny little mustache and be like, "The rent is too high. And I have ideas why." And I'd be like, I don't like all of his ideas, but he's going to lower rent. So I'm telling you, right-wingers could have made this their issue. They didn't. Okay. Right-wingers want to talk about like just the cost of goods and not housing cost. So they're going to lose. It was just like Democrats for a while would just want to talk about the minimum wage. And it's like, yeah, most people don't make the minimum wage, but we're still getting fucked on rent. That's not like, if I'm not saying don't talk about the cost of goods. I'm not saying don't talk about the minimum wage, but I'm saying if you're going to talk about either one of those things while ignoring the cost of housing, you're going to lose to the guy who's going to tackle that issue and make it his thing.
So since I don't live there, I didn't really follow him. The only times I posted about him online, I'm like, hey, you know what I think of him running for New York? Don't care. I don't live there. Like, let New York vote for who they want to. So you having heard all this, how is he going? What does he do about rent? The only thing I have seen is the fact that there are housing and rental units that are purposely left vacant to create a shortage. How does he offer tax incentives to landlords that rent more space? How do you bring the cost of rent down? It's a private industry. Just it.
He's talking about a rent freeze, and that does tend to cause that to happen unless you can somehow negotiate with landlords. I don't know if you give them a tax break. Yeah. I don't know if you threaten with fees. I don't know what you do. I'm just saying, if you're going to try to work on that, you're going to get people's vote here because the rent is through the goddamn roof. And all this stuff about them calling him a communist and all that, like, they'll make shit up. They go, he's trying to take over all the grocery stores. No, he's not. He's talking about putting some state-run grocery stores where there are no grocery stores, and it's like a food desert, but within the city, you know? Mm-hmm. So, like, that's what which they already do in rural places. This is not something that's totally new. And then, he's talking about making free buses. Oh, full-on Marxism. Free buses, you say. You know where else they do free buses? The communist land of Iowa City, Iowa, where I'm from. They started doing free buses during COVID. They kept doing it. Now, I'm sure conservatives there are probably like, this is stupid. But you know what they're not doing? Calling it a communist takeover of Iowa City. So the wild exaggeration about this man, if he's running on affordability and you're fucking lying about the guy, you're going to lose, which is what happened.
To be fair, conservatives in Iowa do call Iowa City a communist hellhole. They don't like Iowa City. I
do not see the frequent posts claiming that free busing is a Marxist idea. I've not heard it compared to Stalinism, any of that. But they'll lie about this guy and kind of make shit up, man. And in terms of him being when they try to say he's like some kind of Islamist or whatever, it's like, dude, he's super fucking liberal, man. Like, there are a lot of right-wing Muslims in the world. You know what I mean? Especially in Muslim countries. There's Muslims that are so right-wing, they make like, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Mike Johnson look like AOC and Bernie Sanders, right? But for the most part, you know what those guys do? They stay in Muslim countries because they're not like, I'm not going to some Western place. There's women walking around with their hair showing. They're eating bacon, egg, and cheese. There's a bunch of whores eating bacon. You know, so they're like, I'm staying here in God's land or whatever, right? So that, for the most part, you're not going to have super right-wing Muslims going to non-Muslim countries because they're like, I don't like that. You know what I mean? It's not their bag. It's like they're super liberal Christians. They're super conservative ones. You know what you're not going to see? Super right-wing Westboro Baptist type of Christians moving to the West Village in New York. It's just not going to happen. I'm not saying it's never, ever happened once. But for the most part, if you see a Christian dude move to the West Village, he's probably pretty progressive as far as those guys go. Now, with Mamdani, Eddie trying to compare him to like a right-wing Islamist is fucking silly. I mean, look at pictures of his wife. She's got her hair out and all that.
Not wearing a burqa.
Planning on making all the women here cover up, and he was going to throw a giant burqa over the Statue of Liberty. His wife would at least have a hijab. You know what I mean? Like, so they're trying to.
Is she Muslim or is she something else? I forget. I thought I read she was. I don't remember.
I mean, I'm assuming Muslim just because she's married to a Muslim dude. So usually when people get married to the same religion, but ask JD Vance and his wife, that's not always the case. I don't know. Honestly, I don't give a shit. I've never voted for a politician because of their spouse, except for maybe Trump, because that is the hottest first lady. But I didn't vote for Trump. If I did, though,
it would have been for her.
He's got the hottest first lady. Yeah.
Well put. All right, next story.
Yeah, you've never heard of a woke Ayatollah, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? My pronouns are he/Lee. Like that's not a guy. You know what I mean? That's not a guy. No one's sitting there going, I believe that gender is fluid and I respect anyone's transition. However, if they pick woman, I will throw stones at them if their faces are showing. Like there's nobody, there's no woke Islamists. So you got to either call him one or the other.
Well, actually, that's a good segue. Woke. Let's talk about woke society. HuffPost is woke. Lauren Bobert slammed for, quote, most disgusting Halloween costume. Hey, Jake, when I sent you this article, what did I put in the text?
These assholes did not show a very crucial piece of reporting that we very much need for a digital medium.
There's no fucking picture of they said the critics slammed it as disgusting. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. One person at the party said of Bobert's costume to ABC News, an anonymous person, people avoided the couple. Who's she with? But Kyle Percy. They went dressed as an immigration and customs enforcement agent. Jeez fucking Christ. It's in the zeitgeist. I don't get pissed. I was at an open mic and someone was pissed because someone went dressed as Hitler. And I'm like, I don't have time to be outraged. It's Halloween. But if you are going to be outraged, there's Hitler, there's the Klan. ICE is up there, but it's like, this is the most disgusting. It's a fucking Halloween costume. Yes, she's a cunt. Yes, she's a horrible person.
She's dressed as ICE. She's sending ICE to handcuff grandmas. That's so much worse than dressing as them for Halloween. Why even bother getting mad about that?
It's just because they like getting mad. Like, because she was... Like,
did you hear that Joseph Goebbels wore an offensive costume this way? Like, not yeah, but he did worse shit though before he was at the party.
A spokesman for Bobert, I struck a defiant tone, telling ABC News, "It's a Halloween costume. Tell our senators to vote for the CR and open the government. They are choosing to let millions of Americans suffer." Yeah, I mean, it's a sideways, it's sort of a deflection, but at the same time, yeah, it's a Halloween costume. Like you just said, there's a lot more serious shit going on, as we talked about with churches denying babies formula.
That's true. Did my thing shut off? Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Trump solved the food stamp problem. All hunting laws have been abolished. We're free to fend for ourselves. Just watch your pets.
You will be hunter-gatherers again. I'm making America great again back in the year 1482.
Jake, I got the reason I sent you this ad I got an ad in my Facebook feed. And I'm like, wow, that's unnecessary. And I posted it. I hit repost. I got dinged. Facebook removed my post and said, you are facing disciplinary charges because of something you posted. All I did was hit repost of an ad that was already on Facebook. This ad was for Peachy Men. Peachy Clean. It says Peachy Men, but the label is Peachy Clean. It is a colonic for bottoms. Peachy Clean and it's got pictures of a dude in his tighty whities, two dudes hugging. It says, ready anytime. Clean confidence. It's got a comparison to Metamucil. On the one side, you've got a guy holding his butt and it says incomplete clean. On the Peachy Clean side.
What's going on with your algorithm?
Well, I click everything. I keep my algorithm interesting. But I love, my favorite one is...
Oh, you keep it interesting as fuck, bro.
I do. So there's a picture on the left, Metamucil leaves you bloated, and there's a picture of a seriously obese dude. Like, he has an enormous beer belly. On the Peachy Clean side, getting a colonic, clearing out your intestines will leave you flat and light, and the dude is fucking ripped. He has a 12-pack. He has every... So yeah, just getting a colonic will get you ripped. But then my favorite one is if you take Metamucil... I
remember that scene in Rocky IV where they gave Ivan Drago a colonic, and he instantly lost 30 pounds and was chiseled. And
yeah.
Rocky was like, "What the hell happened? Why is it so ripped all of a sudden?" And then he was like, "I had colonic," and that's what I learned. A colonic a day keeps the cellulite away. I do one every morning.
If I were to look like that, I'd almost make me buy it. And then the last one is a picture of a dude laying in bed, sad, face down on his belly, head in his pillow, and it says low confidence. And then the Peachy side, two dudes hugging, and it says clean confidence. But it's literally, it says on here, peachymen.com, stress-free bottoming. This is literally, I'm getting advertisements for Peachy Clean gives you double action gut support that means you will be the best bottom you can be. I mean, this is...
See, we have way different algorithms. I'm getting ads for anxiety-filled topping. It somehow, it knows what I'm about.
Well, I just love the fact that after I reposted it and said, hey, check out the ad I got in trouble. Like, because I'm not giving them money? I have no idea. Oh, it's 6-day money back guarantee. We could try and get ripped and get our money back.
Yeah. Hi. Is this the what's the name of that thing again?
Peachy Clean.
Yeah, is this Peachy Clean customer service? Yeah, I tried your colonics, and I'm still an anxiety-filled bottom with no confidence and no abs. So I would like my money back. That goddamn cartoon AI lied to me.
Oh, you know who I want to meet? Melanie K. After using it only for a few days, it works better than expected. I've been dealing with incomplete BMs recently. I tried this after seeing an ad on Instagram. Honestly, it works for me. Melanie's the kind of bottom I approve of because it's Melanie. That's the kind of bottom I want. Is she's looking out for us.
There you go. There you go.
11 people watching. Get a job so you can buy food. It's that easy. Oh, well, there we go.
How dare you? I will never get a job. I live in Mamdani's America.
Well, Todd says, are you sure it wasn't for gay dudes to be ready at a moment's notice? I think that's what it is. That's what the confidence is you do Peachy Clean nonstop. You don't just take it the day before. Like if you stay on the Peachy Clean regimen,
that's right.
You are ready to go. You
need to get a whole Peachy Clean grove, just a whole field of Peachy Cleans.
I love the fact that this, and now because I clicked and shared this one, I get Peachy Clean and ads all day long, and they're all different. They have gummies, I think, but this was my favorite one. But I've gotten a bunch of Peachy Clean Be a Better Bottom ads. I think I just made that up. I don't think any Peachy Clean ad said be a better.
You sent it to me and I clicked on it. Now I'm going to get a bunch of bottoming ads because of you.
Hopefully. But seriously, I just came up with that. Peachy, they owe me money. Be a better bottom. That's their catchphrase. They say bottoming made easy, whatever. Be a better bottom. That just, BBB. It rolls up the, God damn it. I just wrote a better ad for bottoming than Peachy did.
Be a better bottoming.
They could turn it into a jingle somehow. God damn it, Peachy Clean. Yeah. I just helped you. All right, next story. We did Bobert. Let's click off that. Oh, here we go. Speaking of bottoms, I have no idea who these people are, but I saw the story headline. Haley Kalil says husband's size sparked their divorce. Quote, 2 Coke cans. He was so big they couldn't have sex. That's a lady who needs
a lot of Peachy Clean.
Well, and something else, but he is a former Pro Bowler. He's on the Minnesota Vikings, NFL player. I don't know what position.
Is that the same guy Lizzo sung about?
I don't know anything about Lizzo other than she's fat and she likes being fat. Or now she's not.
Oh, she's got the song "New Man on the Minnesota Vikings." La 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 la.
Really?
That was one of her biggest hits. Yeah. She sings about banging a guy on the Vikings.
Is it this guy with the? That's too big. I feel bad for this woman. Like, everybody, like 2 Coke cans getting put anywhere in you. Like, I feel bad for him because, I mean, how do you lick the tip? You can't. You got to get a carny freak that can get cue balls in their mouth. She's hot too.
I mean, I think the guy's got to get back with Lizzo again. I know she's lost the weight, but I think she could still ride those Coke cans.
Yeah, I mean, like some people were pissed at her for invading his privacy. I don't think any man out there, women had to have been writing the article saying, how dare she, or the comments. I don't think any man out there would be saying, no, I got divorced because my husband's dick was too big. How dare you say my dick was too big? That's not anything men are interested in or worried about. I was
walking 2 Coke cans, but my wife made me get a penis reduction. It was.
She's not that hot when you click in on the picture. She's got a kicking body, but her face doesn't do much for me. I'm just sitting here judging. That suit, that'll get us canceled. I just judged a woman. We're getting canceled.
What are you talking about? She was hot enough to put 2 Coke cans in a Pro Bowler's penis. Are you out of your fucking mind?
I'm just trying to get us canceled. I made an off-the-cuff comment and therefore judged a woman, which means that little moment can go viral and we will be known as the misogynistic podcast.
There you go. 2 Coke cans. Nah, maybe 1 Coke can.
Yeah. All right, 2 more stories. One, we talked about this last week. What we know about Sandringham, S-A-N-D-R, Sandringham, Andrew's new home. Did you look at the picture? Dude, that's a fucking... It's above a mansion. Prince Andrew is no longer a prince. He got his title stripped. They said they were going to put him in the rapid fall from grace from now former Prince Andrew. His humiliating exile to the Sandringham estate has been no less than stunning. Exile me there. Exile me to that
all
estate.
right. You know how I was just saying how Mamdani ran and won almost 100% on rent price and affordability. Right?
Yes.
I don't know how some British Mamdani, or like a right-wing British Sliwa, like somebody in Britain, whether they're conservative, liberal, I don't know how somebody doesn't run and just talk about pricing and then put up pictures of these places and go, hey, we pay for this with our taxes. This is the pedophiles mansion, right? This ain't even the king's castle. This is the disgraced pedophiles castle that we're paying for with our tax dollars. This is nuts. We got to have 1,700 royal knights and whatever the hell goes on in that place, all kinds of maids and the medieval servants, all of that we got to pay for with our taxes. And again, this is the disgraced child rapist.
I just counted while you were talking, and just on the facing side, 20 rooms. Like there are a couple you can tell that are double windows, so I counted those as one room, but 20 rooms on the facing
Places that
side.
have royal families are stupid. Let me just, it's nuts. I don't know why you guys continue to pay for that.
That's, and then the land that surrounds it. This is especially in England, which is a small island. They do not have a lot of. I want to know what rent is in London. Let's talk about affordability there, because New York is also an island, technically, I suppose. Manhattan is, you have limited space, right, which is why you build up.
20 rooms just on the front facing of that. So, there's got to be at least twice that many.
Yeah, because you got the back, you got the upper levels. And that's just this main building with the two spirals. There's a front building, a servant's quarters, and then there's a side building that's actually kind of ugly. Oh, geez, now I'm misogynistic against buildings. What if I commented on that woman's looks, that makes me misogynistic. I just said that building's ugly. Architects are going to cancel us. I'm getting us canceled twice on this podcast, Jake.
And and I've read there's actually way more rooms than that underneath the castle, because there's a whole dungeon for 8th graders that they had put in especially for Prince Andrew.
No, that was R. Kelly's house. That was he liked the basement chained to a radiator, if I remember correctly.
R. Kelly Castle.
R. Kelly Castle. Be a better bottom, R. Kelly Castle. 20 fucking rooms, Paul. That's just on the facing side. This is not he's been exiled to a studio apartment. He's
forced to live in my tiny apartment and pay $3,000 a month.
Dude, your rent is more than my mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
fucking insane.
Wild, again, and all the coverage that guy got, Mamdani, all over the entire nation, they would barely talk about, in terms of the people smearing him, they barely talk about rent. And it's like, dude, that's his main issue. If you're not going to bring that up, I don't even know why the hell you're talking about this guy's platform at all, man.
Okay, I'm just putting this together right now because, again, I don't live in New York, but the whole thing is, Kamala run on I'm not Trump, don't vote for Trump, and lost. They ran on don't vote for Mamdani because he's a communist, and lost. He ran on something. Trump ran on something. Whether you like him or not, he ran on I'll bring down inflation on day one. I'll end all the wars on day, all lies. But at least he wasn't up.
But to be fair, Biden ran on I'm not Trump and won.
Yeah, but that was it. But that's just because people are stupid and they like change. Oh, Biden didn't fix everything automatically, so we need to change. Oh, Trump didn't.
That's not. Come on, man. Biden cheated his own party out of a fucking primary.
He did.
That's what killed him.
Biden didn't do it. His own party fucking did it for him. Biden couldn't. With the DNC fucking propped him up.
But I'm saying, I think in a way, it was also similar with Mamdani's thing, because it's like they're not just running against. Oh, I'm running and I'm not Mamdani, and that's my main thing. They did do that, but
that's all I heard.
It was also Cuomo, and it's like, dude, the younger people like Mamdani, older people like Cuomo, but Cuomo killed all the older people during COVID, so there was no one here to vote for him. It happens. And I learned from InfoWars that dead people only vote for the Democratic nominee. That's what I learned.
That is true.
That's the thing is and I'm not even saying Cuomo sending people to nursing homes that had COVID as early as he did it was even as fucked up as it, because we didn't really know that much about the virus at the time. And the thought was the hospitals are completely packed to the gills. Now, senior citizens homes, they're basically like mini hospitals,
Yeah, they're all stacked on one another.
Right. And so it's like the hospitals are packed. These people live in senior citizens homes that you can't get like a heart transplant there, but you can take care of like colds and, like lung illnesses and things like that. So we're going to set up there. They didn't know just how much more susceptible old people were to this at the time because it was all just happening at once. Now he could have just said that and that would have been fine. But instead, the guy covered it up. He lied about it. While he was writing a book about how well he was doing with the whole COVID crisis, right?
Yes.
And it's like, and people tried to kind of play it off at the time as, well, what's the big deal? It was a crazy time. I'll tell you what the big deal is. You can't get caught telling that big a lie because this is a time when we're in a crazy pandemic. At least back then, I'm saying we were in a crazy pandemic where we kind of had to trust the government because they were doing a lot of shit, right? So when you do things like that to destroy trust in the government, it's very bad. Like, for example, let's say the government's rolling out a vaccine and they need to tell you, hey, take this vaccine. No, it's not bad for you. Oh, really? It's not? If it was, would you just fucking lie about it?
Well, not
you
even
did with the senior citizens homes, and now there was people that would have been pushing conspiracy shit anyway, but now you've given them receipts. Now they got something to point at and be like, see, they fucking lie. They could be lying to us right now. So that's why it was such a big deal what he did with COVID.
I wouldn't even say the lie was the vaccine is bad for you because it's not. It's the lie was take the vaccine, you'll never get COVID again. It ends COVID just like it ended smallpox. They oversold it.
But if
you can't transmit it. Yeah.
But to that point, if you're trying to push the hey, this vaccine's bad for you, and you have a situation like this where a guy put a bunch of COVID patients in senior citizens homes, it caused a lot more deaths, and then he lied about it. You got a governor who did that. Then you can point at that and be like, see, look, if the vaccine was bad for you, which I'm saying it is, then they would just lie about it. So it destroys trust in the government at a very crucial time when we have to be able to tell. Do we have to be able to trust what these people are saying because they're the ones doing all the research and shit like that?
Fair point. All right, final story. We can spend approximately 30 seconds on this because this to me is brilliant and beautiful. When I sent you this story the instant I saw it, and I sent the title, I'm like, like it was sort of odd. Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown filed harassment and bullying claims against David Harbour on the set of Stranger Things. Did you see the story blow up?
I did, but not a lot of details. You know what I mean? Like,
it blew up over the course of a half a day and then disappeared because guess what? It was a satire news site that released it. All the mainstreams picked it up without verifying. I sent you a mainstream website because I remember I sent that. I'm like, what is going on here? Like at the beginning of season 5,
because
like
it's weird. It's like they've worked together for a while,
a long time, and yes, in old Hollywood,
on-set rivalries and shit. It happens fairly early. It's like these two got together to do a movie, and they just kind of hated each other.
And plus, she's a kid. And yes, in old school Hollywood, kids weren't protected. Kids were used, but modern times, they are a little better protected, especially since Me Too. We would have heard something before this, and so the fact that every news outlet jumped on it, I saw it so many places, and then boop, just disappeared. I'm honestly surprised that when I clicked this link, it still worked because none of them. I did not read any retractions. Oh, we got it wrong. I only did a little research and found it was a satire site that got lucky and blew up and was like laughing all the way. Like you see it every so often with an Onion article. People still today get taken in by Onion articles, which is astounding. But this was just an obscure satire site. And so, I just love when modern mainstream, because they want to be first. Oh my God, Millie Bobby drama. Let's.
Well,
So-
and they'll intentionally twist stories and then make the headlines seem like people are arguing when they're not all the time, all the time. So yeah, when they think they actually have one, they're pulling out all the stops and they're pushing it.
All right, we are out of time. We're going to cover this really quick. K Silvlove123 says no one wants to see more people on Snap during. No one wants to say, that's what the word is supposed to be. More people got on Snap during Biden's years than any other administration since inception time. The problem is, why are so many Americans on food stamps and how do we change it? Probably because Biden, took over at during COVID when people were out of work. Two, how do we change it? This has been said over and over and over. So you must be willfully ignoring the truth that the most people on Snap are working people. We subsidize people that work at Walmart or who cannot get paid a living wage. And so
raise wages, lower costs. How about
raise wages, make Walmart pay a livable wage so that their employees are not on Snap. I can look up we're going to take off. I'll look up and see if it's true that more people went on Snap. And if it is true, I'm going to guess it had to do with COVID. All right. And
or you could switch and take the route that most of those churches are taking with that lady. You tell that crying baby to shut the fuck up, lady. You pray for more formula and nothing more.
Yes.
In the words of Jesus Christ, pull yourselves up by your fucking bootstraps.
See, it can be solved. Hopefully it can be solved. But will it? No, because corporations like to hold on to their money. The way it works out, we got to sign off. The thing we talked about last week, fucking Elon just got his $1 trillion bonus, his $1 trillion. You're talking about how people are on Snap. Maybe look to the guy that just got a $1 trillion payout. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. Books, t-shirts, full hour special on YouTube. Jake has been and will continue to be Jake Vevra, Vevera, and you use the little @ symbol to find him on all social media. His special is Unalived by Dog Pills on YouTube. We will talk to you next week. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for being part of the chat.
Now that Elon's got $1 trillion in Mamdani, Wani's going to take his trillion and go back to South Africa.